Friday.
Can I stop smiling now?
Yeah. It's CURT Jen Podcast. We have a new episode every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Welcome, welcome. We are glad you're here. Please like, follow, subscribe, love, heart, all the things.
Heart, go heart away. Heart us, please.
We say this every episode, but seriously, if you could take time to do any or all of those things, that would be really fantastic.
And those of you that already have done any or all of those things, we really appreciate it.
May I say something quickly before we talk about what's happening on the show today? I went into YouTube yesterday. I don't even know why, but I was looking at some of our shows, or our latest episode showed up, which I can't remember if that was Monday or Wednesday, was one of the highest viewed shows that we've ever had on YouTube. And you want to know which one it was? Because I put it as a thumbnail. The one where I was like holding up that thong.
Yep. I thought that might get people's attention.
People? Is that all I need to do is just hold up some sexy somethings and you'll watch?
Have you ever heard the phrase sex sells? Huh? Today we're going to hold up one of my thongs in the thumbnail. And
if you have it, let's try it, Kurt Cruz.
It's not handy. All right. Today on the big program, the world's favorite way to be entertained and also the best time to have Thanksgiving dinner. That's useful information.
We have this is so sad to me, the deadliest TikTok challenges of all time. We have our question of the day was, tell us the time or the last time you really screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
People didn't like sharing. They teased us.
Basically, we'll get to it. Another reason to worry or be leery of AI. And also, we've got a sort of a precursor, a warm-up for Fun Facts Friday with facts about a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving that you are going to love.
And then Fun Facts Friday, here we go.
All right, Wonder if we get dinged for that.
Probably.
That's why I tried to keep it short. Kraken. Yeah, I went to the Kraken game last night. I had to apologize. I had to start almost every show. I have to start with an apology to Jen for something. But today I totally overslept. And so she had to put the show together pretty much all by her little self. And she did a fine job. But one of the fun things about the Kraken game, the fun things, and I don't know about you, when we go to the game, we find it, Dana and myself, we find it very annoying for people close by to have stupid conversations about anything but hockey. And I know that's probably not fair.
Of course it's not fair.
Hear me out. Here's the problem, Jen.
Okay.
I think people forget that you're actually packed in, like you're as close to each other in those rows, front and behind you, as you are at like a dinner table, right?
Yeah.
So we're watching the game and having the person behind us saying, well, Grandma said she's going to come over on Thursday and she was going to stop by, but she wants to bring the dogs. So, oh yeah, my grandma always brings the dogs over too whenever she comes by. And that to me is annoying. All right. So I started talking about loudly my upcoming, procedure, otherwise known as a colonoscopy, and the preparation that would go along with that. And also how last time I had this is not true. Last time I had a colonoscopy, there's a little mistake and some poo came out. I thought that was a fun thing to talk about at high volume, just to share some of my stuff with those people. So that's what I did.
Did they say anything or look at you weird?
No, but they stopped talking. Come on, listen, you're being all like those poor people and stuff. I'm sorry.
The show is going to be called The Fake Colonoscopy.
That's right. I stand by my thing that's like, you don't have to talk. Just don't talk constantly the whole time about stupid stuff.
All right.
So that was last night. That was Kraken won, by the way. It was a sizable win. And we were lucky enough to have Mr. Philip Grubauer in goal, and we love the fact that he got a win because he's had his struggles in the past. Yeah. So that's all I want to say.
That's awesome. Okay, here is the thing with this whole story that we're about to do. Apple are geniuses. We know this. I mean, they've given us the iPhone, they've given us the iPad, they've given us so many great things.
Lots of things.
They have their latest thing that I'm wondering if it's going to be hit or miss. And if it's a hit, God bless America.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the iPhone Pocket. And they announced a new accessory just the other day. It's available starting today. And it's a part fashion accessory, part ridiculous. Like it's this iPhone size knitted pouch or like pocket that you sling around your shoulder. So it's like crossbody, hang on your arm, or so you can hang it on your arm or your wrist, but really it's like crossbody. It's like one of those longer straps.
Oh, it says you can wrap it around your waist. So I suggested they called this the iFanny Pack.
The idea is that you can slip your iPhone inside and carry it around safely without needing to have pant pockets, purse, or a backpack.
I love when you give me those looks that people can't always see because they're not watching, but they can hear it. They can hear that look. iFanny Pack. Come on, Jen. Come on.
I'm not giving it to you.
All right. So is this what people are saying, that it looks, they think that it looks like a joke? They're kind of serious about it. There are two sizes. The small strap is $150.
And the large size, the one that we were describing, the one with the longer strap, is freaking $230 US.
Were you under the impression somehow that the Apple products were usually very thrifty and cheap and stuff like that?
I can't even believe it.
What do they have now that Dana was talking about? Do they have smart earrings or bracelets, or what was it? There was something that
I don't remember. I don't know.
Anyway.
The short ones are available in these colors: lemon, mandarin, purple, pink, peacock, and sapphire, cinnamon, and black. The long ones only come in sapphire, cinnamon, and black. So happy shopping to you.
And scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna love this next story, Kurt Cruz.
Yes, ma'am.
I do.
Okay. The world's favorite way to be entertained. It turns out cute girls holding up panties for their podcast, people get a kick out of. All right.
I don't love that Live Nation is the one that released these results of the survey that they did. They did a big poll that found that, surprisingly, since it was Live Nation that did it, live music is the world's favorite way to be entertained.
Awesome.
But doesn't it seem a little like, it's like saying Cheerios is the world's favorite cereal, and it's brought to you
according to General Mills. Yeah, you got to wonder. People were asked if they choose, they could only experience one type of entertainment the rest of their lives. Their choices included movies, live sports, and live music. If they could pick only one, 40% chose live music. It got twice as many votes as movies in second place. And 70% of people asked, this I guess was a different question, 70% of people said they'd rather go see their favorite artist than get lucky that night.
That's because you can get lucky really any night, and you can only see your favorite artist on certain nights.
I think that's probably accurate, yes.
Like if I was asked if you could see Taylor Swift or get lucky with Pat, I'm like, I'm going to go see Taylor Swift. Thank you.
If I could see Taylor Swift or get lucky with Pat, I would also choose to go see Taylor Swift, all right? 93% of music fans prefer in real life experiences over virtual ones, and 80% would rather spend their money on experiences than on more stuff. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that is a good thing.
Experiences over stuff. And just to get back to something you were talking about earlier, you realize that the fact that you mentioned that picture and that thumbnail from last time, that's going to drive more people to go check out last time's show.
Well, I mean, I hope so.
That wasn't your goal, but
I didn't. Spoiler alert, I didn't put them on and model them.
Okay, so don't bother going, people. Best time to have Thanksgiving dinner is, well, we're going to tell you.
I'm going to spoiler alert it. Earlier is better.
This is from an associate professor of nutritional medicine at Columbia University.
Yeah.
Having an earlier Thanksgiving dinner is better for a few reasons. Here we go. For one, it's easier to adjust throughout the rest of the day if you overeat at an earlier meal, right? Plus, having a large meal closer to bedtime can potentially cause reflux issues, true, when you try to go to sleep. And if you eat earlier in the day, then you have an awesome nap time coming up.
Is that what that story says?
No, that's just, I'm talking from personal experience.
You're supposed to give yourself at least 3 hours between finishing your meal and going to bed. I've heard that many times before. That is very hard to accomplish.
But here's this line. It's Thanksgiving. It says moderation is the key. Nah. I mean, there's another 364 days of the year that moderation can be the key.
Isn't that like would you call that an oxymoron, moderation and Thanksgiving dinner?
Kinda, yes, yes. What you eat and how much you eat is just as important as when you eat it. In other words, if you have a giant Thanksgiving meal with 3 servings of everything at 2 o'clock, you're probably going to feel way more uncomfortable than eating just 1 serving of everything at 6 o'clock. So if you want,
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, so if you want to eat a lot, eat earlier.
Well, here's another tip. Don't skip breakfast. It might seem like a good idea to skip breakfast on Thanksgiving Day, but it can actually do more harm than good. When you try to save all your calories and stomach space for one big meal, it can cause issues with blood sugar levels and indigestion because your stomach is still producing stomach acid.
Ew. Why don't we just talk about colonoscopies and stuff there?
No, thank you. Okay.
I had a great song to go here.
And
oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Oh, no, not I will survive.
Oh, as long as I know how to love. This is really like, okay, so I was reading this story and I was thinking, our society
is dumb.
Well, I mean, it's just that, the influencing power that we give over social media on our lives and what our kids are picking up from it is the most effing ridiculous thing ever. So TikTok's been around for like 9 years, and there's a personal injury firm in California that came up with a list of the 5 most dangerous TikTok challenges of all time based on ER stats and news reports.
Awesome. So we should say, just, as a side note, don't try these things just because we're sharing them with you. All right. Top 5 deadliest TikTok challenges of all time. Start with the blackout challenge from 2021. You deprive yourself of oxygen to get high, but they claim it caused at least 100 deaths since then, maybe more.
I mean, okay, so as a parent, it's like 100 deaths, which were probably all kids because it's a TikTok challenge.
Right.
And who's posting these things for real? Like they're criminals.
Michael Hutchins from InXS had a little experience with that, and he didn't make it. Autoerotic asphyxiation. Okay. The Tide Pod Challenge was on the list. The eating laundry pods for fun. I thought that the Tide Pod thing, well, this is the challenge. Okay. Because that they had to go back and change the look of the things because they were too colorful. No, they had to change the way the container was made so kids couldn't get into them, because little kids were saying, ooh, that looks delicious. But this was an actual thing that sent about 35,000 kids to the ER between 2016 and 2020. Then
there was the milk crate challenge, the one that had people walking up and down a stack of milk crates. It led to over 8,000 ER visits between 2020 and 2021. Injuries included concussions, bruises, and broken bones.
Let me just say this also. This is like the Darwin Awards. To me, and you're going to deny this, Jen, because it's kids. I'm like, honestly, if you do these things, then you kind of get what's coming to you. The fire challenge, pouring flammable liquids on your skin and lighting it.
What the F? For real?
A bunch of kids suffered serious burns or worse. Really? Fire can burn you? Huh. That's how you learn. And finally, the Benadryl challenge, risking death to get high, quote unquote, on cold meds, was popular in 2020.
I mean, there's a lot of things in 2020 that was the COVID year, so
maybe 2020 was the dumbest year on record.
I'm sad for these things. Don't do them. And parents, this is a testament to why you don't let or limit your kids from social media when they're young, for real.
I can't imagine. And you know what? I know that there are different pressures and there are different things these days, but I just can't remember thinking when I was, I don't know, 13, if somebody said, here's an idea, put some lighter fluid on your skin and light it. I think I would have said no. Onward. All right. And go ahead, Jen. You can say, Kurt, you don't know what it's like raising kids. They like to try things. Okay, you're probably right.
No, I mean, no. Okay, our question of the day that we posed on Wednesday, we pose a question of the day every podcast episode. We put it on our Facebook page for you to answer, and then we talk about it on the next podcast.
Well, quite a few of you did not want to answer this one, or sort of hinted at answers, right? And then didn't actually follow through. So the question was, when is the last time you really screwed up? And let me see. Marilyn said that's a good one, but didn't give an answer. We also had Anne, who gave a bunch of emojis, but didn't actually say, a bunch of laughing and crying emojis, but didn't actually offer anything.
May I just say that I responded to these people because Kurt and I look at the Facebook page and kind of monitor the responses. So if if they require some kind of clarification or whatever, we try to be there for it. And I was like, this is all great, but what do these emojis mean? We need a story for the podcast, please. And they're like, not a chance.
The last time you really screwed up, according to Jen Norman, she said, who, me? Heidi said, let me check. I think a minute or two has passed. And then Jennifer said, I choose not to focus on my mistakes. So all of those, thanks for nothing. The rest of these, here we go. This is according to Phil. The last time I really screwed up, he says, when flying to Seattle, I sat in the waiting area for my flight to Minneapolis and sat there watching my flight pull away from the gate. I like that one.
What did you? Corey's is kind of a long one. She was working somewhere and sold an equipment vehicle for $20,000. She wrote on the purchase order he paid in full cash. As they were counting the money, a crash happened in front to the vehicle he had just bought. He had put the money in his back pocket. We rushed to see the damage. I think what happened is he basically left, and then they had to meet back in this dark parking lot so that he could give her the money. Thank goodness he was honest, but they were in this dark parking lot and she was counting $20,000 in cash.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of counting.
You won't make that.
Here, I'm doing it in $1 bills. Go. Carrie said, when I texted Randy, other people can probably relate to this. When I texted my husband telling him today was the big day, Randy surprise party, but I thought I was texting my dad. Instead, I was texting Randy.
Whoopsie. That's probably what the last time I screwed up too, because I spoiled Randy's surprise birthday party.
Does Randy ever get to have a surprise birthday party that's an actual surprise?
Apparently not.
Laurel, it was when I thought my son was hosting a holiday celebration in Monroe. We actually drove to Monroe and realized there was nobody there. I thought, I got it wrong. And it was a sister-in-law hosting it. So we drove to Mill Creek. No one was there either.
Oh, no.
So then I realized it must be my son-in-law's parents in Kirkland having Christmas. Details, people, right?
Oh, my gosh.
Randy, the same Randy we were talking about who never gets to have a surprise party. I assumed the entire pizza was for me. That was an incident. That was the legendary whole pizza incident of what, 2023?
Something
like that. Yeah, he was hanging out with you guys and made a pizza. He thought it was for him, and then they started cutting it up into small pieces. And
I really wanted more details from Mary Lee. I don't know if it's Mary Lee or Mary Leah. Probably Mary Leah. All she said is when I texted the wrong group chat, and I'm like, please tell us more. What did you text in the wrong group chat? She didn't answer me.
Okay.
There you go. Well,
we may come back to this one another time, just because it would be fun to hear the stories once people get brave enough to actually share them for us. All right.
Okay, it's past, right?
Yep.
Okay. I want to preface this with telling you that I actually did this test on my boyfriend, Pat, and he could not tell the difference. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to see if I can find it too here.
I'll read it. Nearly 100% of people cannot tell the difference between AI and a real song. So there was a new survey, and almost no one was able to distinguish between the AI song that they played and one created by actual humans. And there was 9,000 people in several countries, including the US, that were asked to listen to 2 clips, and 97% of them could not tell the difference.
Here's an AI song for you.
Steady crackles like a fire on the line, tuning into the chaos divine. Put and oyster, they're stealing the night.
That was when Michael Stein filled in, and we did the Poonduck and Oyster show, and that's when I discovered, hey, I can just put some lyrics into AI thing. They're really good.
There's
I'm not saying that the songs themselves are really good. I'm saying that
but the people, air quotes,
Mhm.
singing them, or the machines or AI singing them, it's good.
Right. And I guess and here's the thing, it's like, how do you say, well, if you hear the song and it's an AI song and you like it, doesn't that just automatically make it good to you? I mean, if you
Yeah.
like it, I mean, people could go back to say when they started making songs with drum machines and they started making songs with computers that, they weren't
Yeah.
actual musicians, just people that knew how to program well.
It's amazing. There's half of the people, once they realized that they couldn't tell the difference, half of those people were uncomfortable with the fact that they couldn't. Pat was like, oh my gosh, the world.
And I wonder about that, because should it take away from the enjoyment of the song? If you like it, then you go back and say, oh crap, that was actually created by AI,
but
not
here's
people.
the thing. If you start doing that, let's go back up to the other story where the #1 form of entertainment is live music. How are you going to get live music?
It'll just be a computer on the stage sitting on a bar stool.
With some lights. You can make some lights happen with it, Kurt, with your light company.
Yeah. I don't like that one, but it is what it is.
It's the way of the world.
It's the way of the world.
We will rock you. We will.
That's funny, Jen. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Because she was doing rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
It works with the song.
Science has found a new hack to assist you with winning rock, paper, scissors. And there was a hack we heard before. This is this is like a newer hack. This is a team in Australia. They had people play. Are you ready? 15,000 rounds of rock, paper, scissors.
That's
like, that's going to get boring. They played this against the computer, person against computer, and scanned their brains to see how they made decisions. In general, what would you choose? What's your go-to?
Probably scissors.
Okay, I think my go-to is rock.
Okay.
For your first shot, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
In general, they found that people tend to choose rock the most, then paper, and then scissors is the least common choice.
Well, if the other person chooses, if it's mostly rock for their first pick, then you need to remember to do paper.
Well, but see, what's to say for sure that they're going to do rock the next time?
Not. There's nothing sure.
This is where the actual hack comes in. It says it only comes into play if you tie the first round. And I think this leads to what you were saying, Jen. They found that trying to be smart and base your next choice on what happened in the last round actually makes you less likely to win. So what you just said, it's like, okay, if they throw rock, and you throw rock and it's a tie, and you're saying, well, then logically next time you throw paper, right? This is saying that is actually making you less likely to win. So go against your instincts there.
The hack is remember to forget, because you're supposed to forget that first round even happened, the tie round even happened. Erase, and then do it.
Right. So I guess the approach is every time it's a fresh game, don't let it get into your head what happened in the round that you just tied on, and then and then go and kick ass and win.
And if it helps to take a minute after your first round and go to forget it, then do that.
That's okay with Jen.
Yeah.
I like that. All right.
Kurt, haven't you watched a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving a lot? Or no?
Yes, I've seen it.
I'm sure I've
Wait, wasn't that what is the Great Pumpkin Charlie? Oh, that's for thanks. I'm sorry, that's Halloween. Okay, yes. Yeah. It's been 52 years since the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving was released, and while you've probably seen it countless times, Jen, thank you, went and found some, and this is a precursor to, as we said before, Fun Facts Friday. Here are some fun facts about a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
From 1973. As usual with the Peanuts, which I did not know this, no adults are shown. And yet, this is the first Peanut special to have an adult voice. It was Vince Guaraldi
Vince Guaraldi, who actually, that song I just played, that wasn't his version, but all those songs from all the Peanuts Charlie Brown specials is Vince Guaraldi.
And he's
Yeah.
singing the song Little Birdie. For those of you who somehow don't know, Vince is a jazz pianist who composed all the Peanuts music that you know and love. There you go, Kurt.
Right.
Of course you
And
knew
that was actually, that was, so I don't know if that's is that the adult voice that was, wah, 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 you know?
I don't know. 'Cause I don't remember it.
Lucy is only in the opening scene of Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and that's it for her for the whole, you know, which I'm sure she was very cool with and didn't get angry. And
Poor Lucy. I feel I'm angry for her.
Yeah.
The actors who voiced Lucy and Charlie Brown are still in touch. They went to high school together and are friends on Facebook.
Oh, there is a spin-off inspired by Linus's speech about the Pilgrim's first Thanksgiving. It is called The Mayflower Voyagers from the This Is America Charlie Brown miniseries. I didn't even know that existed.
I didn't either. One of the producers had an issue with Woodstock. This is hilarious to me. One of the producers had an issue with Woodstock committing bird cannibalism, but Charles Schultz insisted that Woodstock join Snoopy in carving and eating the turkey.
This is Woodstock, the little bird. This is not the big gathering of hippies to listen to music. All right. Yeah, so apparently that story, Woodstock carving and eating the turkey, the producer sneakily edited out years later when CBS kept the special for time. But it was restored to all its glory in 2001 when the special moved to ABC.
That's pretty funny. I wouldn't have even thought about that. What? Woodstock is eating another bird?
What's? Oh my goodness. Okay. That was good. Thanks, Jen.
It's Friday, gotta
Fun
get
Fact
down
Friday.
Everybody's looking forward to
You know what? Let's have AI write us a Fun Facts Friday theme, all right?
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea, Kurt. Will you do that?
You should do it because it's so easy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here's your fun facts for this Friday. Silly string was originally created in the 1970s when a chemist was trying to invent an instant spray-on cast.
Oh, a cast for like a broken arm or something.
guess,
Crayola is a mix of two French words, cray, which means chalk, and oligino, which means oily. Oligino. Oleaginu. Genu. There are more species of sponges than there are species of mammals.
That's interesting, yeah. The music video that has been played the most times on MTV is, did you know this, Kurt?
No.
Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel. I believe it. I have that. Like, I could see that video in my mind.
Jimmy Carter was the longest living president ever at 100 years old and 89 days. George H.W. Bush is second. He was 94 when he passed away in 2018.
The phrase red tape, air quotes, comes from the early 1500s when the Holy Roman Empire would use red tape to seal its most important political documents and decisions. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, if you use red tape, there's so much red tape. I feel like that's like there's so much process.
Yeah, that I would agree. Maybe it's changed over the years. I mean, they've only had 500 years to do it. Research from Ohio State University found that living within 30 miles of an ocean or a gulf may be linked to a longer life by at least 1 year. The same is not true among people who live near inland bodies of water, like a van down by the river.
Like a lake or whatever.
Yeah.
The whitest state in the U.S. is Maine, which I was actually surprised by. 90.2% of the population is white. Vermont and West Virginia are next at both 89.1%, and Hawaii is the least white at 21.6%. Do you know
is it fair to call those people honkies?
I don't.
Maine has the most honkies.
They're not very diverse. That's for sure.
When Facebook first launched in 2004, you could only upload one photo and there was no messaging, no notifications, no wall, no status updates. I guess you just put up a picture.
Lobsters are cannibals. When they're hungry and looking for food, they'll happily eat another lobster.
Just like Woodstocks. There have been 1,094 different final score combinations, excuse me, in NFL history. The most recent addition was just this past Sunday. The Houston Texans came back from behind to beat the Jaguars of Jacksonville 36-29. There had never been a 36-29 final score ever before.
Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah, you'd think that they pretty much would have covered, most of the numbers.
I thought that
The
was
most common one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
The most common final score, giving people a chance to think about it, what they think it might be. And it's 20-17. That has happened 298 times in NFL history.
Wow. Okay. And you're a music guy. I didn't know if you knew this. Eddie Van Halen did the guitar solo on Michael Jackson. The guitar solo Michael Jackson used on Beat It for free.
Mm-hmm.
You knew that?
Everybody knows that.
I didn't.
I'm just kidding. No, everybody does not know that. He said, quote, I did it as a favor. I think he was approached by maybe Quincy Jones, and they said, hey, buddy, we're doing this song. We could use you to do a solo. And he's like, okay. I did it as a favor, Eddie said. I was a complete fool. He added that he was not used. He agreed to do it because it's what he wanted to do. And as I recall, because this is, this is like Michael Jackson, not the Jackson 5, but this is, he wasn't the household name that Michael Jackson is now prior to that album. And so I think they said, hey, there's this kid that wants you to play on his song. And he's like, okay.
So the Thriller album is what made Michael Jackson really put him on the map as a solo artist.
Well, Off the Wall did really, really well prior to that. But I think that, he was, he was a known name, obviously, but he wasn't Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson until I think after that. So, all right. That was a bunch of good Fun Facts Friday. See if you guys can work those into your conversations today.
Movies opening this weekend nationwide.
Yes.
Have you seen The Running Man before? I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
You know what? I think the original was with Schwarzenegger. But this is The Running Man with Glenn Powell, who Jen thinks is super, super hot.
So this is the remake of the 1987 action movie. Both were based on the 1982 Stephen King novel about a violent game show where contestants have to survive while the network's hunters and ordinary citizens try to kill them.
Is that kind of like the Hunger Games? You know what? I've never seen
I feel
Hunger
like
Games.
yes.
All right.
Josh Brolin and William H. Macy, which I like him a lot, are also in it.
And you got to talk about this one because you saw in advance of this, didn't you?
I did. I've already seen this movie. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. It's the third movie in that franchise. Mm-hmm. There's some new recruits, so you'll see some new faces. And then, of course, Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Dave Franco, and Isla
Fisher and Morgan
Fisher.
Freeman, Lizzie Kaplan, and Mark Ruffalo.
I love all of them. It was good. Yeah. You should see it.
That's going to be a good one. And that opens today, right? Okay.
Both those movies open today.
In sports, the Huskies taking on Purdue at 4:00 tomorrow, Husky Stadium. You've got the Cougs with a 7 p.m. kickoff at home against LA Tech.
Well,
really?
Because they don't have anybody to play.
No, that must be Louisiana Tech.
Is it Louisiana Tech? I don't know.
Yes, it can't. It's not Los Angeles Tech.
I thought it was like a technical college, like they're playing.
Look at this La Tech. All right, and the Hawks are on the road. They play the Rams, a 1:05 kickoff on Sunday for that game. Don't ask me about Kraken. I think they've got games tomorrow. I forget against who.
Okay. Events happening around the Pacific Northwest. There's not a bunch of huge things happening, by the way. There's Astrolumina, that's like the holiday light and walk. It's worth doing at least once. Now, I did not know about this. My friend Taryn was telling me about this market in Bellevue, and they just opened one yesterday, I believe, in Linwood, Washington. I would consider it more Edmonds area. It's on Highway 99. It's called TNT Supermarket. It's a Canada-based Asian grocery chain. I mean, she was going on and on about how great it was. Like, it's a little like H Mart, I think.
I was going to say, this sounds like H Mart to me, but it's another one. So yeah. And now it's and now there's one here in our area.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, that's true. There was one in Bell. So this is their 38th opening. Right. This is their second one in Washington State.
Got it. Bellevue has.
Yeah.
All right. It had 4-hour lines on opening day last year at the Bellevue store.
Crazy.
All right, we're gonna have to go check that out. Thanksgiving scavenger hunt is going on tomorrow.
I love this.
In the Central District from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's actually It says they call it Cranksgiving, a scavenger hunt on your bicycle for Thanksgiving food that you donate to a food bank with prizes and an after party.
You go what? You go ride your bike and then you find the food and then you donate it? Is that how this works?
You're asking me questions I cannot answer, but
Okay.
it sounds like it.
Okay.
Wild Lanterns.
Yeah, Wild Lanterns at the Woodland Park Zoo. That starts today. I mean, we're getting into the Christmas like event season for sure.
Holidays. So live music, the favorite form of entertainment for everybody. You've got Zach Top. He is at Climate Pledge Arena tonight.
I don't know who Zach Top is.
Yeah, I thought he was a country guy. I only put that in here because I thought you were a fan.
I must know him because I listen to country, but I don't recognize the name. Okay, the next one's good.
An Evening with David Sedaris. Sedaris? I think you go either way. Benaroya Hall, very funny author, and I don't know if he's going to be just reading from his books, which would be funny, or if he's doing, kind of a stand-up. They'll probably be sitting down.
That's Sunday, Benaroya Hall. Kurt, what are you doing this weekend?
I got fundraising going on. I'm driving to Bremerton tomorrow to MC and help raise money for St. Vincent de Paul.
I've got a little cooking lesson from a friend tonight. I'm going out with a few friends tomorrow, and then Pat's youngest son and his youngest son's friend are cooking us dinner on Sunday. So I have a good weekend planned.
That is a fun weekend plan. All right. Yeah. Last thing, of course, with our remaining 2 minutes of this program, the Kurt and Jen podcast question of the day /weekend. And hopefully we'll get some more solid answers than we did for today's question. I'm actually really excited because these are going to probably be pretty heartwarming. The question is, what is one of the most memorable things one of your teachers did? A striptease. One of your teachers did a striptease? No, but it was fun to say. You know what? One of the most memorable things my teacher did. One of my teachers. I have a couple stories. I'm going to tell you. Well, I'll wait because we don't have a lot of time. All right. We'll find out over the weekend. You've got time to think about that. What's one of the most memorable things one of your teachers did? Let us know. You can find us on Facebook and, as you say, all the things. Yeah. Personal Facebook pages, Kurt and Jen Facebook page, and yeah. Yeah, definitely be sure you're following us on Facebook. All right, we're going to have a new podcast episode on Monday. We hope you have an amazing, memory-making filled weekend. Yep. Till Monday. Make good choices, find joy, spread kindness. And laugh. It's good for the soul. Have a good one. Thanks for joining us today.